What's going on, guys? Cooper the Reseller coming at you from Omaha, Nebraska. And in this video, I want to compare Depop versus Poshmark, both selling platforms, applications you can download on your phone, get started selling stuff out of your closet. Which platform should you be selling on? Maybe you should be selling on both. Maybe you prefer one over the other. Let's get into the differences between Depop and Poshmark. And I'm gonna go ahead and start with Depop and kind of go over a few things that I really like about Depop. Depop is the most recent platform I started selling on, and I actually sell on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and Depop. And Depop is probably my second favorite selling platform now behind eBay. It used to be Poshmark, but it's slowly becoming Depop. And for one of the reasons why this is the case is because on Depop, it's a really cool place to sell. It's kind of like the cool place to buy stuff. And I heard a good example of this from Gary Vee. Why do people go to bars and buy a beer for $5 to $7 when they can just go to the store and buy it for $1 or $2? It's because the bar is the cool place to go. You get a good experience. You're willing to pay up for the same item there as you would at a grocery store. I feel like Depop kind of fits that as well. It's the cool place to shop. Items that I've had listed on eBay forever that I had to keep lowering the price down and down and down. For whatever reason, now that I've listed them on Depop, they're starting to sell, and some items sell for more, I've noticed, on Depop than they would on eBay. And usually these are items that you would consider vintage. And that's the one word I would associate with Depop the most is vintage. People love to shop for vintage stuff on Depop more than any other platform. It's kind of the bread and butter of Depop, kind of the DNA is getting cool vintage items. And a lot of the users on Depop are millennials for the most part or younger, and they love getting vintage items that you can't find anywhere else. Depop is the place you want to go to find these items. It's the cool place to go, and I highly recommend giving it a shot, especially if you sell vintage. Another thing I like about Depop is that it's super easy to list on. It's right up there with Mercari in terms of ease to use. But comparing it to Poshmark, Poshmark is easy to list on as well. I would just say Depop is slightly easier to list on. The only complaint I have with Depop right now, and I hope they're gonna change it in the near future, is that they only allow you 4 photos per listing. I just don't think that's enough. Especially if you're listing shoes, you wanna get every side of the shoe plus the inside tag. That's 5 photos right there, so they really need to up the photos. This was a similar problem with Mercari, and they've upped the photos, so I'm hoping Depop will up the photos too. Depop was primarily, you could only list on Depop using your phone, and that's the reason why I never started on Depop, because in the past I've only listed on my computer, but they finally added the feature so you can list on your computer onto Depop, which is awesome. So if you're a computer lister like me, you can finally list on Depop. Go ahead and give it a try. That's huge. And it's super easy as well on the computer as on the phone. But hopefully they elect to add more photos per listing, raise it above 4, hopefully to 8, if not 12 photos would be awesome. But they are unique and they let you post a video of your item on the post as well. I haven't used this feature, but if you want to show something off in extreme detail, you can make a video of the item and show it. You can put it on a pedestal and do like a 360 spin of some shoes, some shiny shoes of something. If that's what you want to do, you can do that. They don't have that on eBay. I don't believe they don't have it on Mercari, and I don't believe they have it on Poshmark, but Poshmark has a new story feature where you might be able to do that. Had to get a quick drink there. Next thing about Depop, which I really like, is it's kind of built to be a social media selling platform. It has a nice social media DNA. You have followers on there. They have an explore page. When you're looking through people's pages, it looks like an Instagram feed. So it's kind of the Instagram of these selling marketplaces. And Poshmark tries to do that as well, but I don't think they do it as well. but they let you promote your Instagram page or YouTube page, whatever you have on your profile. And then they also have an explore page where they can pick out different sellers and different items on the explore page and just send it out to tons of people that can see your products. And I've had a handful of products get selected, and one pair of Nike shoes in particular that I can remember got like over 1,100 likes or something crazy and ended up selling. So that was really cool. So if you post a lot of cool and unique stuff, you can definitely get hit on that explore page, which is awesome, and get more exposure and get more followers that way. And they really seem to like sellers that model their own items. So you have a really good opportunity to build a personal brand if that's something you're interested in. For me, I usually just post my items on a hanger for the most part, so I don't really post a lot of model photos, but if I wanted to, I could model a lot of my photos with my face on it and try to build my personal brand that way, have people recognize me and go follow my Instagram and YouTube and all that stuff. A lot of people do that, and I've seen a lot of people have success with it. I might try it in the future, we'll see, but if that's something you're interested in, that's a big advantage I think Depop has, is they really kind of pound home that you're buying from a person and not just some random business. They like putting faces to their stores, and that also can help you get on the explore page. And they do a lot of features on different sellers, and videos and stuff is really cool, and a bunch of meetups and stuff. So it seems like Depop is really intertwined with its community, and they like giving publicity to sellers in that way. The last thing, actually a couple last things. With Depop, you can ship on your own, as with Poshmark you can't. So you can use Depop labels, but in my experience it's cheaper to ship on your own, and you can either use paypal.com/ship now, or you can use pirateship.com, which I use, and ship all your labels that way. Usually depending on what you're shipping, for the most part, it's gonna be, if it's under £1, it'll be cheaper than Poshmark, but Poshmark shipping's kind of tied into the buyer. They pay it no matter what. So it's kind of a wash. I won't get too deep into that. Just know that on Depop, you can ship on your own. You're not locked into a certain price as you are with Poshmark. And then lastly, Depop has less fees than Poshmark. They take a 10% cut of your item that sells on top of the PayPal fee, which is, I believe, 2.9% plus 30 cents each sale. So roughly 14-ish% fees to sell on Depop. And that's all the things I wanted to cover with Depop in this video. Let's head over to Poshmark, which still has a great place in my heart. It's the second selling platform I started selling on, and I've had really good success with. But just talking about Poshmark in general, it seems to be more focused on women's stuff more than anything. It's heavy in the women's stuff, but that doesn't stop men's stuff from selling as well, because I sell primarily men's stuff and I've had good success on Poshmark. But the overall vibe and the DNA seems to be more focused towards women, but that does not mean the men's stuff doesn't do well on there as well. They also somewhat try to be like a social media selling platform, but I don't think they do it as good as Depop. You have followers, and if you become a Posh ambassador, it'll get you a ton more followers from new users, but I don't know if they're legit followers. They really follow each seller as closely as they would on Depop. It just seems more kind of like spammy and fluffy, your follower count compared to Depop. But they try, and they let you promote social media in your bio if you want to do that, which is cool. And they just added a new feature, which is kind of copying Instagram, a Poshmark story. So you can do a little Poshmark story video, and you can tag your items in it. So if you're doing a story and your followers are watching it and they see an item they like, and you tag that item in your story, you can just click on that link and it'll take you right to the item to buy it if that's something you want to do. So that's kind of cool. It's cool to see that they're innovating and trying to become a more tech savvy selling platform, which I appreciate, and I'm sure everyone else does too. In my experience using it, it's been kind of laggy. So, and I'm on Android, so they're probably more optimized for iPhones, which is fine. but hopefully that gets a little faster in the future. So going back to the shipping costs that I was talking about with Depop, now we're going to talk about the shipping on Poshmark. They keep changing the price every year. It keeps going up a little bit each year. It used to be $6.95, I believe. It might be $7.23 now. No matter what you buy, it's going to be plus that $7.23 or $6.95 in that general range. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head because I don't pay it. The buyer pays it every time. Excuse me. But it covers up to 5 pounds, which is insane. So if they buy a pair of boots that weighs 4 pounds, they pay $6.90 or $7.23 or whatever it is for the shipping. You can ship the boots, no problem with that label that they give you. If you were on eBay shipping those same exact boots and you wanted to do it priority mail, which the Poshmark label is, that could cost you up to 12 to 15 to 20 bucks. So the heavier items that you're selling on Poshmark, you're getting a way better deal on the shipping. And that also ties into how they're really good at getting bundle sales for you. They give everyone the option at the top of their page. You can do a bundle discount. You can do 10 to 30% off, 2 or more items, 3 or more items, blah, blah, blah. And that kind of incentivizes buyers to bundle to get that discount. But then as well, they only have to pay that one shipping price for all of the items in their bundle. So if someone wants to go through your Poshmark closet and they see 4 shirts they really like, you can recommend to them as well. You can create custom bundles for sellers. If you see someone likes your item and you know you have more items that are similar to that, you can go to all those items and share them to that specific seller, and it'll make a custom bundle with them. You can send them a private offer, and then they can buy those 4 shirts, put all those 4 shirts in one box. If it's under 5 pounds, they only pay that one shipping price. So they don't have to pay $7 4 times. They only pay it once. So that saves them $21 right there, which is insane. Plus the bundle discount. And it seems to actually work. It seems like whenever I have bundle sales, I get the most of them on Poshmark, and it's usually without me having to do any work. It's buyers putting all of the items that they want in their little cart and buying it themselves, getting those discounts, which is awesome. You do have to be careful though. If you go over 5 pounds, you do have to buy a label that is up to that pound amount, and it does go up quite a bit. So you can, I know it goes 6 pounds, 7 pounds, 8 pounds, 9 pounds, 10 pounds, roughly something like that. And each time you go up a pound, it does add quite a bit. So just keep that in mind. It's not crazy. It's still worth it every time I've done it, but just keep in mind that you're going to pay extra for that label. And also whenever I do bundle sales on other platforms, it's a lot more work, it seems like. I'm always messaging the buyers back and forth, trying to figure out a good price, have to negotiate with them, as where Poshmark makes it super easy and intuitive in their platform. Unfortunately though, with Poshmark, you're going to be paying more fees in my experience. If you sell an item for $15 or under, you pay a flat $2.95 fee, which isn't horrible. Anything over, you're paying 20% on the sale price fee. Now, you don't have to worry about a PayPal fee. They do all of the transaction in the app, so you don't have to worry about that, but you're paying that 20% fee. But you don't have to pay the fee on the shipping cost, only the sale price. So it kind of evens out depending on how much the item is, but fees overall seem to be a little bit higher on Poshmark. And because of that, I usually list my items a little bit higher to try to keep the fee, whatever I'm paying in fees, the same across all my platforms, and trying to keep the net earnings the same across all my platforms. So it just kind of depends on what you're selling, what price you're selling it for. But I never let the fees of a selling platform scare me away. I see a lot of people in the comments saying I'll never sell on this platform because the fees are ridiculous. I think the fees are worth it on every platform. In my mind, all these platforms are working for you. They're like workers for you. You're putting your items on the platforms, and their job is to bring the buyers to your item to sell the items, and they do a pretty good dang job at that, and that's worth the fee that it costs for them to bring you all the buyers, so you don't have to worry about that. And then you can just cash out. You can keep doing your thing, finding items, listing items, finding items, listing items, paying those fees. It's just a part of business. There's no way around it. So try to embrace the fact that it's a great asset to use, and just put your prices up a little bit more if you want to get a little more net income out of your items. And the last positive thing I want to cover about Poshmark is if you do sell luxury items, such as Louis Vuitton purses, anything like that, I believe there's a price cutoff, either $200, $300, $400, or $500 and above. I think it's $500 and above, but I'd have to double check. If it's $500 and above, they will let you send the item to Poshmark to get it verified that it's authentic. And I think that's a really cool service. I don't believe Depop has this service, so that's another added thing to Poshmark that's really cool. If you do sell luxury items, it puts more confidence in the buyer's perspective that they can buy verified items on Poshmark. It's really cool. I've never done anything like that I've had to have verified, but if it happens in the future, maybe I'll have to make a video on it to see how it goes. But that is what I wanted to talk about today, Depop versus Poshmark. I actually highly recommend trying out both of them, seeing which one you like best, seeing which one you like listing on the best, and which experience you like the best overall. Let me know in the comment section if you have any questions on either of these platforms. If you've appreciated this video, smash the like button, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more reselling related content, and hit the notification bell so you can see any new videos I post if you're interested. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video.